Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Betrayal at Krondor. We got the Waani in the last episode, encountered Squire Philip, who has revealed that he wasn't actually all that suspicious, but I'm not sure I believe it. No, I do. I'm just joking. Anyway, we have the Waani. We need to get all the way back to the other thing. What was that? A frightened man answered the door. I feel like I didn't actually look at this building before. Looking past the man into the open room, James could see that he had prepared several bundles, as though he were prepared to leave.
"I don't have time to talk now," said the man. "I'm leaving, and I would urge you to do the same. The goblins and Mordell have moved in. Time for me to move out." "Where did you see them?" inquired Patrus.
Struggling to stuff a cotton shirt into a large bag, he replied,
"They were headed northwest, toward that Witch Walindi's cottage. Wouldn't be surprised if that old crow had something to do with this. Now you'll really have to let me pack. Good day."
Ah, don't slam your door in my face, you jerk. I kind of wish we got to meet Witch Walindi. Just, the name seems to evoke an interesting characterization to me. Also, Patrus seemed to not be all that impressed by her, so... Then again, Patrus, for all that he's not really that great of a spellcaster, seems to have a very high opinion of himself, too. Alright, we'll probably have to rest again before we get to our destination, but that is fine. Then again, maybe not. No, alright. We are... It's just about time to rest. Okay. Alright, so what happens if I use this here? I don't know, I kind of figured that it would be like hey, look, you can clearly get through this area or something like that, but I don't know what that's useful for otherwise. It's awesome, I love this item, but I don't know what it really does for me. Okay, well, we've been through here and we had a trap. Like, right away. Yep, preoccupation had dulled his senses. Aware as if someone had thrown water over him during a pleasant dream, James grabbed Patrus's shoulder. "Don't move. There's something very not right about the ground before us." Maybe it's all these things rising up. It is a lot of stuff. Alright, so you're stuck in there. Can't remember if I did something about this. I think I need to destroy this one. Kinda wanted to destroy this one first. Alright, how can I do this with these two right in my face? I mean, I see what I need to do. Get this one set off so that it blows this up. And that means that you can get out. And then get this one to blow up that one, block it, and then we can get out through there. Obviously, I can't push that one. Nope, wait, I see it. I think I see it. Alright, let's push this one. Let's wait. Push that one. Okay, there's that. Get down there. Okay, so that's blocked. We can get this one out. Go ahead and come back here. Get there. I think that'll be safer. Okay. Alright, I do believe that we have made it out. There we go. Alright. They sighed in collective relief. We're through it, I think, James said. But be on your guard. There may be other traps. Alright. So that is that. We have some foes over that way. Let's see, I am on all of that. That's fine. Let's go ahead and put some naphtha. Go ahead and put something on the armor. Go ahead and use Fatimore's formula. Go ahead and use that. You use Dolatail milk. You use that. I guess we'll go ahead and put that on that. I think that the clerical oilcloth is better. At least that's what it feels like. I don't really have anything to base that on. I do not have any... Alright, let's go ahead and make sure that we've got fully maxed out. Whoops, used a little bit too many. Okay, there's 2 left there. I would like to get... this onto you. So let's just do that. There we go. And you know what? Just for good measure, increase Patrus's strength as well. So he's up to 20, 40, 40, so it looks like that increases 10. Melee accuracy is 92. Your defense is 45. Accuracy casting is 116. Accuracy melee is 110. Alright. Okay, Mordell Spellcaster hadn't noticed us yet. Let's agree to attack. Charge! The enemy jumped back. James felt a surge of confidence as the enemy struggled in desperation to meet their attack. Judging by the speed with which they had regained their composure, he guessed they were well trained and could provide quite a fight. But there are only two. They have some pretty good armor. We are going to Evil Seek them. Wow, they have a lot of hit points. Okay, down you go. And down you go. Excellent. The battle was won. Okay, we got a Virtue Key. 75 gold. They do have good weapons and armor. A Ruby. Koltari Poison. Gallon Griefmaker. Okay, can't really pick up that Ruby. You know what? Screw the Ilem's Heart. Okay, I guess I won't screw the Ilem's Heart. Let's see. What do I have? Oh well. Just the two of them? Alright. The rift machine hummed. Formed by a pair of staves driven into the ground and topped by two metallic mushroom-shaped objects, it sometimes formed the shadows of the Mordell waiting at the other side of the gate. James held the Waani in his hand. I pray to Ishop this wooden gem works. I thought it was metal, he said. Though I hate to think about the fate of the kingdom resting on this little experiment. I fear that it is the truth of it. He took a deep breath. Well, shall we give it a try? Let's use it. The Waani arced gracefully through the air. James grunted loudly, nearly falling from the momentum of his throw. He glanced up just in time to see the strange wooden object pass between the two crystal-topped posts. The Waani never made it to the ground. Powerful lightning-like blasts rocketed out from each crystal, ripping it into thousands of tiny fireflies of light that floated gently downward to a cold death on the dusty forest floor. The ground trembled, and before they could utter a sound, an ominous humming buzz rolled towards them. Growing in intensity with each revolution, it rose before them, striking like a hammer blow, knocking them from their feet in a roaring rush of energy and sound. Still dazed, they watched in horror as the energy storm reversed direction. Suddenly, it was rushing back through the rift machine, sucking leaves and dirt and small stones with it. Uh-oh. An angry scream of air raked at James and Locklear like the claw of an invisible beast, tugging at them as if to stuff them whole into the insatiable black maw of the collapsing rift machine. Desperately, they called out to Patrus to grab onto something, but for him, it was too late. No! Stay back! Stay back! No, not Patrus! Spellweavers! Chapter 8 of Lands Afar. No, not Patrus! Golden sweat traced his jawline. Discomforted in the unrelenting heat, he stripped back his shirt sleeve and with passing humor noted the development of his sunburns. Within a month he had doubted even his closest of kin would recognize him. His moonlight pale skin tinged a light almond color, and his brownish hair streaked with golden highlights. All things considered, he felt very differently about himself now. I felt more aware that there were bigger problems in the world than his own. Still, it was difficult not to dwell on his sudden disability. Owyn contemplated resuming the meditations that had occupied him the length of the morning, but decided that in the space of 4 hours, he had learned nothing he hadn't already deduced intuitively. For some reason, his magical abilities were useless in this alien environment, and the prospect frightened him nearly beyond reason. "Another week beneath this strange sun, and I shall seem pale next to you," Gorath shouted as he hiked back up the path, the dark strands of his hair dancing in a hot breeze. "This magician pug must walk without leaving footprints. I can find no evidence of him. How progress your meditations?" Owyn shrugged. "No luck. I've tried everything from lesser path cantrips to greater path incantations. Nothing works. It's almost as if there is no mana here." Arching his brows inquisitively, Gorath motioned for the boy to continue. "Most people misunderstand the way that magic works," Owyn explained. "As a magician, I don't have power within me. All I know are a series of words and actions that help me gather the power, or mana, from the natural world. If, however, there is no mana for me to collect, then all of my magical training is futile. I'm powerless." "Would the same be true of Pug?" Owyn nodded. "He would be as helpless as I am. Worse, perhaps, if I am accustomed to having the kind of command that he has and suddenly lost it." "He could be in very dire danger," Gorath said, finishing the thought. Leaning over, he fetched Owyn's staff from where it lay discarded in the sand. "I think that makes our journey all the more urgent." Chapter 8 of Lands Afar. Save Pug and Gamina. Well, this is a very interesting looking place. There's something over there on the ground, it looks like. Let's go ahead and quick save. See what we got here. I think it only made it worse. Looks like a bug corpse. Do have 4 rations, though. Guess we'll take them. So I still have all of those things. So that's good. I still have lots and lots of equipment. I do not have an extra person to hold stuff, however. Let's take a look at the map, see what we've got. Alright, well, it looks like we've got a road nearby. So there is that at least. Let me go ahead and open my map for this area. And, I guess we just start exploring. Really, really do wish that I had given the spyglass to this group. That would be very, very nice. Otherwise, right. I have no magic. I forgot. I was like, I'll just cast a spell to see if there's anything around here. You know, the whole fact of lacking magic going over my head there. There's an odd red thing here. Owyn opened the door. Inside the alien structure, they found a variety of odd-shaped objects, some made of wood, others fashioned from rock or crystal. "I feel strange vibrations in the air here," said Gorath. "This place is unlike the others we have seen. Perhaps we should look around." Raw mana. As Gorath rattled the mana in his cupped hands, violet pulses of blue light flashed between individual shards and pricked his fingers. Though he had never encountered it in this form, he sensed the crystals were magical, perhaps mana, the very essence of magic. It would still need to be converted into a form they could use. And we have a note. So I need to leave some things. It's a good thing that I brought all these things, assuming that they work, which I don't know for sure. So you got 4, you've got 15. Can you give these over to him? No. And 15 is a max. I thought it, like, capped out at 12. So I definitely want to take some of these things. What do I have that I can leave? Do I have one of these with, like, just one? No. I suppose I can come back for one of these, and there isn't enough room. Alright, well that does seem important, but we do have a road here. I'd like to find something that I can leave some things on. Okay, something has been buried under the dirt. More raw mana. Okay, can I leave this here? I can. Alright, I'll come back for that in a moment. Let's go back and read that note. Tomas, as Katala no doubt summoned you, I imagine you have heard most of the pertinent details leading up to the time of my departure from Midkemia. I will give you the details of the circumstances once we meet, but I think it is more pressing you know certain facts. Do not depend on magic. It does not function here in any way I comprehend, and I have concluded something has become of the mana. Its absence may, in some way, relate to a second factor I have discovered about this planet. I don't know to what extent your inherited senses have already told you this, but there appears to be evidence this world was visited by your Valerhu benefactors. A violent race exists here, greatly similar to the Pentathians. Similar enough, I think they must surely have been stranded here by Alma Lodka during the time of the Valheru raids across the cosmos. You surely could judge better than I. Gamina is still missing as yet, and I have made a sweep of the entire island. I am going to head to the northern tip of the island to a ruin I spotted there earlier. Perhaps I will find answers there. Pug of Stardock. Okay, I imagine that that is going to be where the end of this takes place. Let's go ahead and leave that so that that will be okay. I'll take the mana. I don't know how much we can stack. Hopefully we can stack a good amount. Okay, well we can stack at least 30. With 30, does this let me cast a spell? No. So I do indeed need to do something about that. Alright. Well, there's another pit here with nothing inside. Okay. Alright, you're alive. The Nethermander hadn't noticed them. It's anybody's guess whether he's out to kill us or is just taking a stroll somewhere, Owyn said. Probably best if we try to avoid him. Okay. I mean, I suppose that could be the case. The creatures howled, startled by the sudden assault. They thrashed about angrily as Owyn's stomach tied itself in knots. It looks like a bug. How does it howl? Alright, well, accuracy, melee, and defense on both of you. Can I use this? I can. Although that doesn't seem to do any damage. Pop it. Okay. Has a lot of hit points, and it does some damage. There we go. Okay, nothing on those. What about this pit? More raw mana. Alright, so we're going to need to do something to get that into a form that allows me to cast spells, I guess. Alright, well, we've encountered some of the first foes around here. Could go north or south. I think there's another building up to the north, though, according to my map, so... let's scout out that way. Yep, I see another building up there. Also, the Tiandin hadn't noticed them. It's anybody's guess whether he's out to kill us or just taking a stroll somewhere, Owyn said. Probably best if we try to avoid him. They agreed to attack. How do we know what this is called, anyway? Same thing with the Nethermanders. How do we know? Owyn charged forward. He was more than a little relieved to see their surprise advance was totally unexpected. He hoped the momentary advantage would be enough to shift the odds in their favor. Oh, and they have bugs. Gonna assume that you... well, you know what? Let's try this on you. Well, no, that's just rude. They're like reflected onto Owyn. That is extremely rude. Alright, so we know that we don't want to use those sorts of things on these guys. Could really use a third character now at this point. Alright, Owyn has a powder bag. So try that. Did that not work? You're dead. I'm not going to try it again. I'll see if it actually did use some. Okay, you're dead. I do not like how much damage you're doing. Oh, crap. Oh, well. There we go. The battle was won. Party's abilities have increased. What did we get? Strength. Very nice. 55. Holy cow. Defense and strength. Alright. I'll take that stuff. Still sad about Patrus. 11 rations. I'm not really sure that we need those. I'll take 2. They don't have a whole lot, even though it looks like they have swords. Let's go check out this building and then call it an episode, I think. This is gold. I wonder if that's anything. The crystals were odd, unlike anything Owyn had ever seen on Midkemia. Their formation seemed to pulse with an internal energy. Owyn's fingers tingled. Grasping the strange-looking crystals, he pulled as hard as he could. Oh, hey, alright. Got some more raw mana. Probably get some more out of that gold one. Owyn nudged open the strange door. He gritted his teeth, waiting for a surprise attack. When none came, he pushed the door open a little further and walked inside. He was stunned to find each wall completely covered with indecipherable symbols and markings. His attention was also drawn to a dark-colored box in the far corner of the room. Moving closer to it, he felt a strange tingling in his fingers, a sensation not unlike the one he felt immediately prior to casting a particularly powerful spell. The feeling pulled him in, and without even being aware of the possible dangers involved, he grabbed the box and threw open the lid. Inside, he found a dark crystal staff. Holding the staff in his left hand, he held up his right palm and whispered a simple incantation. Flames leapt from his hand. I can't explain it, Owyn said, but the staff has rejuvenated my magic. It's as though the staff has been formed of, I don't know, crystallized mana. Crystal Staff, condition 11%, repairable. The staff suggested a great deal about its parent culture. Artificed with as much attention to physical as metaphysical properties, its obsidian-like point had been honed to a razor sharpness, giving the bearer a formidable weapon, which could be used to stab as well as to focus spells. Alright, let me go ahead and grab that stuff. So we've got 80. I need a big batch of... I need to clear some stuff to grab a hold of this. Let's not do that one yet. Oh, wow, 10. There isn't room. Is there anything that I can use? Not really. Also, yeah, I did use that and it didn't seem to do anything. That's very unfortunate. So this can only hold 4 things. That's a shame. I guess I leave something out here. So, 12 plus strength, 5 plus strength for base damage, thrust is 10 plus skill, and swing is minus 5 plus skill, human. Lightning staff is 0 and 7, 20 and 10. So my chance to hit is lower, but this does do more damage. Go ahead and bookmark real fast. Does this get repaired with this? No. Does it get repaired with this? Touching the mana to the crystalline staff, a faint glow suffused the length of the stave. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, so that's what we do. And... now we can cast all of our spells. Okay. I kind of imagine that, let's go ahead and leave this one here for now. Takes up a lot of space. But I do want to have all of these things with me. Okay, and there's another one of these around here. There we go. Okay. So, Owyn has his magic back. We have a source for getting more. But we're going to have to explore this strange place more next time. See you then, everyone.